All right, welcome to D Rich Effect Anime. I am running this episode solo. It is not for Black Butler, and the reason why I'm doing this episode solo is because 2 days ago I stumbled upon an anime called Remake Our Life. I pretty much watch everything like I've stated in the past. It is a slice of life shonen style. It says shojo, or I think that's how I have it in my head. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it is made for the guys. It's about a guy, Hyoya, who in 2016 gets pretty much fired from a job and goes back home, wakes up 10 years in the past. Just that premise alone is what got me to try to watch it. I, watched the first 3 episodes the first day. Took yesterday or the day before yesterday off because I was really busy. And yesterday I finished the whole show that they have out as of right now. It came out in 2021. And after watching it, I had to do some research. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video. The anime is good. I enjoyed it. I think the people who made the show would be stupid or idiotic if they don't continue the story to where it is in the manga, because the manga's already done, or the light novel pretty much already done. All the writings for it are done. They could easily get 2 seasons. And the way that they ended season 1, it's like they originally intended to, but apparently it didn't get a lot of grave reviews. So I'm trying to put this one out there to get more views on it, so we could potentially get a season 2, because where they ended it, it sucks. So, main character, and I actually have the characters pulled up on my laptop. That's why I have the glasses on, so I don't suffer from too many migraines today. Whenever I'm in front of a screen, I keep glasses on. So, my issue, and before I get into my issue, this is going to be a short episode. It could be 10 minutes, could be 20 minutes. I don't know yet. But my biggest issue is who they are currently in the animation forcing to be his love interest. And from episode 1 into episode 2, I was like, oh, it's got to be this one person. So the cast, or the people that are surrounding him, is we got Aki, last name Shino. We have the main guy, Kyoya. Hashibita. I know I'm gonna slaughter these names, so I'm gonna just go by first names. So we got Aki, female. Kyoya, male. Iko, female. And I actually like her last name, Iko's. It's Kasagawa. I actually know how to pronounce that one. I actually know somebody with that last name, so that one was easy for me to do from my time spent in Japan. Then we have Tsuyuki, male. Nanako, female. Aikia Minori, Misaki Kono. And then the last one I'm going to name is only in a alternate universe. So, and that is Maki. And Maki is actually the daughter of Kyoya. So, the story of what I liked is 2016 gets fired from his dream job working at a game company, goes home, goes to bed, wakes up 10 years in the past, decides to go a completely different route. So, original timeline 2016, his boss is Iko. And the only reason why he got the job is he thought she was going to commit suicide, stops her, and she's complaining about work, and he's like, I check all these boxes, so she hires him. 6 months later, gets fired. Then we have the time warp. He decides to go different route for college. So he, chooses his route, goes to the dorm or halfway house, and meets Aki, Suyayuki, and Nanako. They are his housemates. They go to school, and Misaki is their primary teacher that they deal with in the show. I haven't read the manga. I'm going to. I have to. And that's another reason why I'm making this, because from what I've read of the manga ends the way I would have envisioned it from the first episode. So, now to my gripe, or my issue. In the past, the original timeline, he was part of a group after he got hired by Iko to do a remake of a video game. And that should resonate with a lot of people because there's a lot of remakes coming out, or remasters and stuff like that. And in the anime, they're like, oh yeah, we signed on for this project, but everybody lost their passion for a remake or the nostalgia vibe of a video game. Which kind of hurts because I know there's a lot of remakes and remasters that are coming out that I was like, I am dying to replay, especially on a newer system. And the people that pretty much rivaled, ended up in 3 different industries. Actually, 2 of them ended up in the same industry, but they were known as the Platinum Trio. They never say who they are, but Kyoya knows who they are, like by name, because he was there and he was always like idolizing them. Like, he would have a picture still from the original timeline, and he's like, man, I really hope I get to meet this artist because this is what pushed me. And then, he's like, I wish I would meet this writer because this pushed me. And then this person does all these soundtracks and all this other stuff for the games that I really love. And they have their own independent music industry and everything, career and everything like that. So he was like, I just want to meet them. As the story's going along, he finds out that he's roommates with all of them. And then just him trying to make them succeed makes them fail. Not in a sense of true failure, but in a sense of they lose their passion for what made them great. Because he outshines them to a degree that they just they lose all hope. And I have to admit, I've been in situations like that, and it sucks. It sucks wholeheartedly. But it makes for great writing, and so I have to give it a lot of respect. So without giving too much away, the other male, Suyayuki, is the first one to give up. He was like, after dealing with all of this, and I knew it was going to be hard, but with how many setbacks and everything like that, I don't believe I can, his soul can take all of it the way that it did in the original timeline. And then, about 3/4 of the way through the anime, he goes to bed, wakes up 10 years in the future. So we go from 2016 to 2006. They spent 2 years in college for the beginning of the anime, and then so it's 2008. He wakes up 10 years in the future, wakes up to a daughter and a wife. And his wife, and it irritated the living hell out of me because I never thought she was a good fit for him via writing, and that was Aki. And yeah, they had a lot of misinterpreted interactions in college, but so did he and Nanako. Like, you could definitely tell there was rivalry there. But him even saying he has no interest in either one of these women while he's in school, he just wants to help them succeed. And then transporting 10 years into a alternate future, him marrying one, and because of him marrying her is what drove her to stop her passion. And she was the artist. So, original timeline, he has a picture still of one of the characters she drew. He finds out that she is who she is by peeking into her room one night because she forgot something down in the common area, and she's working on that character currently while they're in school. So he's like, oh shit. It's like that's when everything starts clicking that he is with the Platinum Trio. And then finding out that she quits her passion because of them getting married. She was like, I just have no reason to draw anymore. And it was like, that to me, as somebody that used to draw and every once in a while draws, that's, oh, I'm sorry, it's a lame ass excuse. Yes, I understand. Just like writers, they get writer's block. People that draw also get artistic block. So I get it. But that's what doodles are for. But she went to the extreme of she wouldn't even pick up a pen. She wouldn't do anything that had to do with art, not even for their daughter. And that hurt me. Like, as a father, it's like if my daughter asked me to draw something, I would pick up a pen and a pad and I would do my damnedest to draw what they wanted me to draw. So, and I'm going to be jumping back and forth quite a bit from now on. So, the only other person that is in a constant. Can you draw a circle? I can draw a circle. The only other person that is a constant in all these timelines is Iko. Iko first, boss. College timeline, when he goes into the past, classmate and rival. Alternate future, when he's married to Aki, co-worker. And he actually saves her job because their boss is unwilling to listen to her and him in the beginning when they're trying to release a game. So, and it's a gotcha game. So, and if anybody knows about gotcha games, that some have bugs, some don't, and it's just one of those things. Then you have another character, which I don't remember her name, but she only pops up like 3 or 4 times, and she is the one. And I'm trying to remember her name, um, but she's pretty much a deity that is placing herself in all the realities to help him. And she shows up when they're in college because she didn't want to show herself in the original timeline. But she gives him the option of going back to 10 years in the past from the alternate universe. And right before that happens, she's like, I'm only willing to do this because you've never done anything to negatively actually hurt anybody that is being affected right now. He's using all of his knowledge and all of his prowess and everything like that to not just further himself, but further the people around him, and they're just giving up. Now, from episode 1 through 3, I thought he should be with Aiko. She was the constant female companion in all 3 timelines. Aki's in only 2. And the rest of them are only in the college. So it to me, it only made sense that he would end up with somebody that's a constant throughout all the timelines. And the way that they ended it, him being single and in pursuit of trying to correct everything and get everybody to where they're supposed to be, should happen. And that's what needs to happen in season 2. The voice actors are really great. I thought they matched, all the characters except for one, Kyoya. I am sorry for, and I watched it in dub because I had to keep walking away, so I was able to still hear it, because I'm out of practice in Japanese. If you've ever watched Disastrous Life of Psyche on Netflix or Crunchyroll, same main voice actor. I didn't see it at first until I walked away and wasn't watching the screen. And my wife pointed it out. She was like, the whole time she's listening to the show in the bedroom while I'm in the living room watching it, she's like, that's all I picture is Psyche with, his little doodads in his head and he's just talking. So I didn't hear it until I walked away. But it is an iconic voice. It does match him to a degree because he does slightly change it. But at that point, it kind of ruined it for me. So, I highly recommend if you're looking for a quick watch. They do have 13 episodes, but one of the episodes is a recap. You can completely skip it. That's 6.5. Especially if you're just going to binge it the whole way through. It's really an easy, quick watch. And I would recommend it. I would also recommend, if you're into reading mangas, if you do like the premise of it, to look up the light novels or the mangas. I know that's what I'm going to be doing. From what I read about the light novels and the manga, it actually ends the way I hoped it would, which makes me happy, which makes me want to read the mangas, or even collect them if they're as good as I think they'll be. The animation style, for the most part, is on point. And I just love the fact that whenever an issue shows up in it, they find workarounds. They find a way to accomplish what they are trying to accomplish. And that is something, especially when it comes to slice of life, that I think needs to happen more. Because a lot of times in certain slice of lives, they'll give you a conflict or something, and the issue just seems to either flutter away, or somebody gives a really ridiculous um, solution that shouldn't work but ends up working. So, but that's me talking about this. I hope people decide to pick it up. It is on Crunchyroll, um, and I I enjoyed it. It was a quick watch, and I didn't want to give away too much, so I didn't go into too much detail. I did go into some, but I hope you guys continue on this journey with me, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.